Did you?
He's been offered that fight, Hrgovic.
That's it.
There's two ways to say you don't want to fight. You say, I don't want the fight,
I want more money.
or I want £1 trillion for it.
Frank, that is the big breaking news, though. Moses Itauma will fight in Manchester in December.
Yeah.
Headline?
Looking forward to that headline fight. It begs the question, what now for Daniel Dubois? Because Dubois lost last time out to Alexander Usyk. There was post-fight the split with Don Charles, his trainer, and Daniel Dubois came on this very show and spoke about that.
Just thinking, looking back, Don's been great for me. We won a world title together, but I'm just thinking about moving forward and how I can improve myself. And yeah, that was my decision. I'm willing to give everything I've got, everything I've got left now at this stage of my career, and become two-time heavyweight champion of the world.
Frank Warren's announcement has shaken the boxing world. Dubois is out, but Moses Itauma is stepping in without fear. This isn't luck, it's opportunity. While Dubois battles injuries, Moses brings raw hunger, youth, and unstoppable momentum. That's why many fans believe this fight could swing in Itauma's favor.
So Frank, you're with us live. What next for Daniel?
We did offer him the fight that we did actually try to make the fight between him and Joe Parker. And unfortunately he's injured. He has an injury, so he won't fight. I doubt if he'll fight again this year, but he'll certainly fight again at the end of January, February next year.
And the buzz is real. Fans are already breaking down Dubois' recent performances. Moses may show respect in public, but deep down, he knows this is the perfect move. This fight isn't just about admiration, it's about opportunity. Dubois is the ideal opponent, big enough to elevate Moses' profile, yet vulnerable enough to be exposed.
And we'll see, but he'll fight somebody in the top 10. And we've also got, coming back Daniel, which will be in probably January. Looking forward to getting him back in. He's injured at the moment. We've got a lot going on. We're going to be announcing a show in Germany, so everything's looking good.
Frank Warren doubles down on the future of his heavyweight stable. But let's be real. The real story here is Moses. While Warren talks injuries and future plans, it's Moses who's stealing the spotlight. Dubois might be waiting on the sidelines, but this is the showdown fans actually want. No dilas, no excuses, just action in the desert.
Daniel not fighting if he couldn't get his entourage and all this sort of stuff. You made it clear that you were going to have conversations with Daniel and perhaps his father as well. Have you been able to gain some clarity and order about events now going forward?
I think things going forward will be different.
Yeah,
I do. And they can have to be, because you can't.
In what way?
You just can't. Well, the most important thing, get to the venue on time.
And when Simon Jordan pressed Frank Warren on Dubois' behind-the-scenes struggles, the contrast couldn't be clearer. Dubois looks distracted, delayed, and weighed down by chaos. Meanwhile, Moses stays sharp, hungry, focused, and chasing greatness with tunnel vision. For a supposed rising star, Dubois seems fragile. That's why so many believe Itauma is the one ready to flip the script.
Well, Frank, if they can get me on the undercard, but I'll be excited. I'm looking forward to it. To be honest, I wanted to see AJ Hrgovic, but seeing AJ versus Dubois, I think that's even bigger.
Which brings us to Moses himself, leaving no doubt about his focus. AJ might be the dream, but Dubois is the fight that defines him right now. A win here gives Moses instant credibility, a message to the world that he's not just on the rise, he's already arrived. For a teenager, that kind of ambition is terrifying, and it's something Dubois simply can't match.
Settled, knowing what's going on and working together, but I'm not taking the punches. At the end of the day, that's got to be a choice that he makes. Don's a very good trainer, and it's unfortunate.
And has he got the right people around him in your view? Has he got a good team around him yet?
He's got a new manager, advisor in Sam Jones on board with him. He's got a new trainer, which he hasn't announced yet. We will see. We will see. I mean, look, I'm not going to blow my trumpet. Besides being a promoter, I also have managed fight.
Frank Warren's own words tell the story. Dubois looks unsettled, switching managers, switching trainers, searching for direction. Meanwhile, Moses is young, steady, and locked in on greatness. At this level, stability and self-belief make all the difference. And that's exactly where Moses holds the edge.
I would be silly not to take that, because I would end up in a better position taking that fight than if I didn't take that fight. If I win, I'm a world champion, I'll smash the records, I'm a millionaire, superstar, XYZ, yeah? And if I didn't take that fight...
And when Moses talks about this opportunity, you can hear the fire in his voice. To him, Dubois isn't just another opponent. He's the gateway to wealth, fame, and legacy. And that kind of hunger is dangerous. A fighter chasing history is always more lethal than one merely protecting a reputation.
What could be next for Moses?
I mean, Dempsey McKean put up a credible performance against Filip Hrgovic, right? And so we base what Dempsey McKean is and what subsequently Moses did to Dempsey McKean based upon that performance against Hrgovic.
Yeah.
When you're looking at him now and we're pushing Frank to see who we could go in with and what sort of names do you want to hear him saying?
I would really like to see...
The evidence is clear. While McKean pushed Hrgo to the limit, Moses tore through him with ease. That's why analysts already see Itauma as a looming world-class threat for Dubois. The danger is real. He's not facing an ordinary prospect, but a teenager breaking barriers faster than anyone expected.
How are you getting on with Daniel, by the way? Do you even speak much? Like, how's it go?
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually surprised. He's completely different to what he portrays, like what people think he actually is. Like, no, I was surprised. But yeah, no, training with the bar it's been good. Obviously in that high altitude in Spain as well. Yeah, I can't really ask for a better prep camp.
I think it was in that George Groves podcast, you talked about maybe your most difficult spot has been Daniel Dubois, because he's not like a plodder, he moves.
Yeah, no, it's literally styles makes fights, doesn't it? Yeah. And I think Dubois, his style is one of my trickiest. So.
Moses keeps it real. Sparring Dubois was tough, but not impossible. He's felt the power, seen the patterns, and found the flaws. To him, Dubois is strong but predictable. And when a fearless, lightning-fast teenager already knows your rhythm, the mystery is gone. Moses isn't intimidated, he's prepared. High-altitude camps, elite sparring, and raw hunger have taken him to another level. For Dubois, that's a nightmare. This isn't hype, it's first-hand knowledge.
Here you go, there's your answers.
Be an amazing win if you did that. Like, I think that's a very tough fight for any heavyweight out there.
What's the incentive?
And the pundits can't sugarcoat it. This isn't an easy night for Dubois. They admit it outright. Moses is a nightmare matchup for any heavyweight, and that's exactly what makes this special. He's not walking the safe path. He's chasing the toughest tests out there. If he beats Dubois, it's not just a win, it's validation. Fans will see it as a passing of the torch. The fearless young lion dismantling the older, inconsistent contender. For Dubois, the stakes are brutal. One bad night against a teenager, and his entire reputation collapses. That's why the boxing world is buzzing. Dubois risks humiliation. Moses risks nothing. The upside is massive. The moment is electric, and only a fighter with unshakable belief would leap into it head first. Moses is that fighter.
The most important thing, get to the venue on time.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to be in there. You want your fighter to be relaxed. You want him to be, they're not worrying about other stuff, worrying about other people who are sitting watching fights. You want your man there. You want the guy who's having the fight of his life in the biggest fight ever. 4 heavyweight belts on the line. First time in this country ever happened. It should be going right.
Put your best version of yourself.
This clip highlights the key factor, preparation. The biggest fights aren't just about power. They're about focus, discipline, and showing up as your best self under the brightest lights. And here, the contrast couldn't be clearer. Dubois has a history of distractions. Entourages, chaos, late arrivals. Moses? He's pure business. No circus, no excuses, just hard work and performance. For Itauma, this is the opportunity of a lifetime, and he's treating it with total seriousness. Dubois has been on the big stage before, but too often he's fallen short. Joyce Usyk, the evidence is there. Moses carries none of that baggage. He steps in fresh, free, and full of hunger, which makes him twice as dangerous. If Dubois doesn't bring his absolute best, Moses won't just beat him, he'll expose him.
I know what AJ was doing or trying to do, but I don't even know. I've got to take my house to Daniel. What? Are you not entertained?
And Moses isn't hiding. He's calling out Dubois directly. No rumors, no speculation, just straight from the man himself. That alone speaks volumes about his mindset. Most young prospects would avoid Dubois, calling him too risky, too seasoned, too dangerous. But Moses flips the script. He wants it now. Why? Because he knows timing is everything. Dubois is wounded, scarred by defeats, and stuck between promise and collapse. Moses sees the opening, and like every great fighter, he's ready to seize it. This isn't just another matchup, it's a generational clash. Dubois fighting to prove he still matters, and Moses ready to prove he's already surpassed him. When a teenager calls out a veteran without hesitation, it's not arrogance, it's conviction. The kind of belief future champions are built on. And that's why fans aren't just watching, they're witnessing destiny unfold.
Next, then spend time with him.
April, May, it's Dubois, or April, May, it's Usyk. You say immediately yes?
Confidence like this is rare, even in boxing. Moses doesn't hesitate, doesn't negotiate. He says yes on the spot and declares the fight will happen. That's not the voice of a cautious prospect. That's the voice of a man who already believes he's the future of the heavyweight division. It's the complete opposite of Dubois, who too often looks hesitant, unsure, and burdened by doubt when the spotlight hits. Moses feeds on that spotlight. He welcomes it. This mindset is what separates contenders from champions. He's not waiting for doors to open, he's kicking them down. That's why this fight feels inevitable. Moses is forcing it into existence with pure conviction. And history shows when fighters talk like this, they usually deliver when the bell rings. The boxing world isn't just reacting to Frank Warren's announcement. It's reacting to a teenager's fearless self-belief. Moses Itauma isn't asking for his moment. He's declaring it.
And you're getting to that point now of stardom. It's going to come. So these days are necessary, Moses.
I mean, yeah. But then, obviously, there's people in boxing who sell tickets, and there are people in boxing that are known for knocking people out. Do you know what I mean?
This is what it all comes down to. The biggest fights aren't just about skill. They're about focus, discipline, and showing up when the lights are brightest. And that's exactly what makes Dubois versus Itauma so compelling. Dubois has battled distractions, setbacks, and inconsistency. Moses, on the other hand, is locked in, tunnel vision, training like a man convinced this is destiny. If Moses wins, he becomes Britain's youngest true heavyweight force, a rising star ready to shake up the division. But if Dubois pulls it off, he saves his career from collapse and silences every critic who's written him off. So the question is, who's mentally tougher? Who really wants it more? The signs all point to Moses: youth, hunger, fearlessness. This isn't just another fight. It's a generational clash. The boxing world's already buzzing, but the real shock will come when that first bell rings. So tell me, whose side are you on? Drop your predictions in the comments below.